Hello everyone, Raising Dane here. I'm just taking a look at the crafting system and Elder Scrolls Online. Right now we're in the beta at the beginning of March, so we've still got about a month left before the game is released, and from what I know about what they put into place already, the version of the game we're seeing, I guess, is a couple months behind from what they actually have right now. So they're just doing some stress testing apparently. But it looks like the crafting system probably isn't going to change very much, so I thought I might do a quick little video showing you what that's like. So I'm right now at the clothing station, which does light armor and medium armor, and when you get into the clothing station, you have 4 tabs up at the top. You have creation, improvement, extraction, and research. And I'll go over those in more detail later, but right now I'm on the creation tab, and I wanted to show you that there are these 4 different attributes that you put into making a garment. And the first type is, or the first one is type. So right now I'm on robe, or I can make a pair of boots. And the medium armor is further along here. And you have one of each type. And then the material, the light armor uses jute, which, in case you're not familiar, in this game, if you find jute out in the wild, it's like a green kind of looking flower plant. At least I think it's green. But it's not like there's going to be just bolts of cloth lying on the ground. And if you are going to be using medium armor, they get rawhide. I haven't found any out in the wild yet, so I've gotten most of that from extracting from existing pieces that I just don't need, but I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. The next part is style, which is the style of item. It's just purely cosmetic. So right now we're at Breton, which I don't have any pieces for. But if you notice as I go along here, the icons for the pieces up here, they change the way they look. So it's to signify that they will change what they look like when you go to make them. Right now I have a couple of these pieces, but I haven't unlocked the style yet. So I won't be able to make a piece actually. Bosmer is usually the one that you'll find out in the world right now, so it's usually what everyone looks like at this stage in the game if they're making items that they've made, or wearing items that they've made. So the last one is trait, and these are basically the stats that you could put onto items. You don't have to have a trait on the item that you're making in the early stages. I don't suspect that you would, but you see it like if you have a quartz and you know how to add this trait, it would be 20% or 22% to avoid decay when defeated. So that has to do with your armor and the cost of repairing. So I guess with that, how to research traits, I'm going to go into this research tab. It's kind of a nice segue. And right now I'm researching something already. That's what you'll see here. Researching at this stage takes 6 hours per trait. And I haven't been able to test this yet, so I'm sure that what I'm about to say it needs to be taken with a grain of salt. But at one point, the next time I go to do the divines, which is what I'm researching right now, it's going to take 12 hours. But it'll be a stronger attribute, a stronger trait for the item. So they're going to be adding time onto items so that they are it kind of matches the level of advancement. So that's how you do that. I don't have anything to show you at the moment because you have to have the item in your inventory in order to research it. And right now, because I'm so low level, I can only do one at a time. I'll show you later where you can put your skill points into being able to research multiple at a time. But right now I can only do one. So the next thing I want to show you is extraction. And extraction is basically if you have items in your inventory, you can tear them apart to get raw materials, or you can tear them apart to get advancement materials, which I'll show you kind of both. I don't really have both, but I'll show you. So let's just say I want to do my helm here. So I double click on it and I extract. So I've gotten a bone, which is actually the style. I've got a hemming, which I'll show you what that is here in a minute, and I got some rawhide from it, which is the raw material that you use. So if I go to improvement, improvement is where I'm going to show you the hemming. So the level of the item is just the quality of it. So it'll change the quality from normal to fine. So it'll change it from white to green, and it'll give it some more armor, and the stats will be better, and all that stuff. And I'm assuming that the higher level you get, the more common that these other pieces get. But I haven't been able to test that out yet, so I apologize. But so that's improvement. I don't have anything to improve right now. But one thing to note about improvement is that right now I have one hemming because I just got that from the item that I extracted. Each one of these hemming, and I can't speak for the other ones because I'm not really sure, but for hemming, it'll give you a 20% chance to upgrade it successfully. And they stack, so you can actually have 5 of them and have a 100% chance to improve your item. But there will be a box that pops up when you go to do this that says, hey, you're only at, say, 40% success rate right now. Realize that if you fail, that you destroy the item and you'll lose your hemming pieces. So, your spools, I guess. So that's something to keep in mind. So I'll go back to creation here for a moment, and I just wanted to go ahead, now that I have that Bosmer, that piece of bone I got from extracting, I'll go ahead and I'll make an item for you and show you how what that process looks like. So I'll go ahead and I'll make a hat. So jute is, like I said earlier, used for the light armor. And what's really cool about this is that if you had a surplus of jute, I could add more to it. And if you notice to what the item is doing over here, the more jute that you add to it, the more armor it gets, the more valuable it is, but also what the level requirement improves or gets higher. So you would have to be the right level. I mean, you wouldn't want to make something that's level 8 if you're only level 5 and then not be able to use it for a couple levels, because leveling in this game is very slow. But it's very nice that you can, a lot of times when you have these crafting systems, you get stuck with a piece of item being at a specific level, and this you can make it various levels, various quality levels. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll take the trade off because I don't have a quartz, and I don't know how to do that anyway. So right now I'm going to be making a Bosmer hat with 5 jute, so it's only level 1, so this is just for demonstrational purposes. But if I just go ahead and craft it, I now have a hat in my inventory. So one last couple of things I want to show you, come over here, is the skills for crafting. So they're all very similar, but I was doing clothing, so I'll show you that. So the first passive ability here is being able to use jute and hide, and once you get to a certain, like, rank 5 in your crafting ability, you'll be able to start using higher level mats. So that's that first ability. This one will just allow you to see jute out in the world easier, and that can be improved 3 times. Apparently this is kind of cool where you'll get a hireling to send you cloth on a daily basis. I have not been able to test that out, but that seems pretty cool. And it obviously could be upgraded 3 times. And improving the chances of extracting clothing ingredients. Stitching reduces the research time by 5%. And increases the chance of improving items with tempers tandems. So that's pretty much crafting in a nutshell. I am by no means an expert on it, so um, I'm sure that by the time the game is released, there'll be a lot more information about crafting and a lot more comprehensive guides. But that's at least a start to kind of itch that bone until the game actually does come out. So again, I'm Raisin Dane. Thanks for watching, and I hopefully will have updates on this later. Thanks.